So first, hello. It's kind of a mic check here. Not much, whatever. Can everyone hear me? Good? Okay. So my name's DanWhite. I'm from Georgetown, Maine. Grew up there. It's on my note card. I went to University of Maine in Orono. I graduated in the spring. Studied some philosophy there, economics and peace studies. And was very fortunate to be a part of some peace and justice work there. And that's how I got connected to this group. And so I'm going to talk about my life situation and the situation of other young people here. So first I want to say thank you for everyone that we're here. I love that we're here. And so I'm very concerned about a lot of things, but I don't feel despair because I see a lot of this happening and I feel empowered being a part of it. So we will continue to do this until we create a world in which we are happy to live in and that we feel is just. So my life situation is that I have $40,000 of debt. That's the cost of my education. I don't ever plan on paying it all back. One way or another, it's not going to be paid back. I'm not going to sell myself to a corporate world to pay back my debt. So continuing on. So that's basically the situation that we're at for young people. You go to college if you're fortunate. Otherwise, you're in a poor situation where you might end up in jail or marginalized even further. But if you go to college, you can expect to graduate with maybe $30,000 of debt and then face a tough job market, either selling for your 9 to 5 job or moving back home with your parents and struggling in a lot of ways. So this is a concern, and there's many other concerns we could talk about, and a lot of great people here supporting and representing these issues. But what concerns me is also actually, it's interesting, is also a cause for hope, because I think what we see happening is the story of our society that we expected, that we lived in the past, that we hear about, the American dream, where you can climb that ladder and you can become someone, you can get a job and security. It's fallen apart. We don't believe in it. Our youth group here, it's not our reality. We don't expect it anymore. And quite frankly, I'm happy about this because that way of life was built on exploitation of nature, of people, and domination, and values that we want to leave behind. Yeah, wars and so on and so forth. So I was looking at my note card, get on track here. Basically, it boils down to corporate domination, and I think we all know this from the various issues that we are working for, that we are uniting to get corporations out of control of our resources, out of the government, and out of every other facet of domination in our lives. And I was going to say that in working for a healthy and sane society, especially for young people, one characteristic is that the older generations ensure that the younger generations have a life to live. And you hear about 7 generations in the future, indigenous wisdom. And so that's a value we need to embody. And so hopes for going forward in what I see in the various forms of cooperation, collaboration, and unity that we see here, and in many other forms, that we're creating a story where that is the embodiment, where we realize that we are connected, that there is no good for myself that's separate from the good for people, for everyone, so on and so forth. And I think this group embodies it, and being a part of this is the most meaningful thing I think that one can do. I think for myself, this is the place that I have gained connection. I've lived a life of feeling separate and alone, which is common in this society. So going on about that, a lot could be said, I want to end with a poem, though, a part of a poem, just to wrap it up, okay? It's called Hieroglyphic Stairway by Drew Dellinger. I'm just going to read part of it, okay? So it starts, "It's 3:23 in the morning, and I'm awake, because my great-great-grandchildren won't let me sleep. My great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, 'What did you do when the planet was plundered? What did you do when the earth was unraveling? Surely you did something when the seasons started failing, as the mammals, reptiles, birds were all dying? Did you fill the streets with protest when democracy was stolen? What did you do once you knew. And so my hope for the future, yeah, it's a really good poem. My hope for the future is that, that the young people here, especially, and everyone else, that we can continue to do these efforts and that we can organize events like this. And I think that we're going to have to give it everything that we've got in this struggle, and it's the most worthwhile thing that we can do, and the most actualizing thing for our humanity. So I'm looking forward to continue a lifetime of work with everyone here. So peace.